Hey, friends, we're here for hamstrings and glutes. Basically, we're here to murder our glutes and our hamstrings today. You can get by with getting this whole workout done with dumbbells only. We do have some low impact body weight stuff coming in at the very end. I have a Swiss ball for hamstring curls, but you can opt to perform a hamstring curl um, lying down with a dumbbell or ankle weights. So I'll kind of demo both ways. I'm using basically like I don't know what the heck you would call this. If you've got like a Swiss ball, even a med ball could work. You could stand up a couple different dumbbells and perform um, sort of like an elevated glute bridge instead. There's a ton of different options if you're limited with equipment and only have dumbbells today. But we basically have two supersets, and then we've got a standalone hamstring curl for 3 rounds. We finish with a tricep. And the first superset is going to be actually 5 working sets of hip thrusts. We've got 10 regular reps and then a 10-second hold for that move. So we're going heavy, we're going 5 working sets. So that's movement 1A. 1B is going to be stiff leg RDLs. I'm using 2 dumbbells for those. And you'll have 4 rounds of that movement. All right, getting my music up and get going. In the meantime, go ahead and take 30 seconds to stretch out anything you might need to stretch out. I have warmed up fully, I'm ready to go. But as you're setting up equipment, maybe take 30 seconds to just get your last little bit of hip circles in, inchworms, maybe some walking banded squats to activate the glutes a little bit. In just a second, I'm going to pull my shallow bench in to frame. If you do not have a shallow bench for hip thrusts, get creative. You can use a bench, I've used a cooler, you can use a step. Anything that's going to elevate you. If you truly have nothing, just go ahead and perform a bridge from the floor. All right, pulling my bench in. I got a 75-pound resistance band to add to my 45-pound resistance bands. So I'm going to kick things off, maxing out my resistance, but I also have a dumbbell if needed. Okay, 10 full reps with a 10-second isometric hold. If needed, take a couple practice reps, get your feet placement right. You may want to consider having some sort of a placeholder so that you know exactly where the feet should go every single time. Once you start getting into like the heavier resistance bands, this setup can get kind of dicey, but last 4 rep, 10-second hold. first working set done. 4 more to go. One down, 4 more to go. Separating the women from the girls. Just gonna scooch this back a little bit so we can try to get everything we need to get into this workout in the frame. Ten to 12 reps, stiff leg, keep those knees slightly soft. So good. Now remember the goal in stiff leg RDLs, because we're targeting mostly the hamstrings, is to send the hips back as far as possible, not to fold the body forward as far as possible. Okay, so your angles are important. And when you start to feel the deepest part of that rep, that's really where you have to start pushing those hips back up. So I'm tall, I'm 5'7", which means my dumbbells are gonna come to about here. That's the right angle for me for that movement, okay? Set number 2. Again, for 10 full reps and a 10-second isometric hold, I want you to make this as challenging as possible for you. Okay, so if you're not getting very close to failure, 1 to 2 reps in the tank max, we're failing at that last rep. My goal is to get to the point of shaking, which means I'm going to be going heavy every single round. Whew. Last 4 up. So good. So again, if you're not getting to that point, throw a dumbbell on top. Get some extra plates on the bar. Do what you've got to do to make it as challenging as possible for you to work those glutes. Actively roll those shoulders down and away from those ears. Tuck that chin to chest. Core is engaged. Awesome stuff. 2 down, 2 more to go for those stiff legs. 3 more for the hip thrusties. Woo. Here we go, round 3. Very, very much feeling the difference in volume. Very much. So sometimes you gotta make some upgrades to your home gym to make it make sense. So I wanna find that point of failure for that movement without having to do so many reps all the time and so many different variations. That tempo nice and slow. Fight the urge to fly through your reps. I caught myself too. This is the type of workout where if you are properly fueled, you're like, thank God I'm properly fueled today, otherwise there's like 0 chance I'm getting through this shit. Like, so thank God for that. And if you do not get protein in your body immediately after lifting this heavy, you are, I don't want to say this 30 minutes is a waste of time, but that's extremely counterproductive at that point. Extremely counterproductive. You have got to get the protein in immediately after in order to really maximize the shit that you're doing right here. So nobody's gonna work this hard for nothing. Nobody wants to spend time and energy in anything not to get the immediate benefit. So hopefully you are experiencing all of the benefits of strength training, but to accelerate the results, to maximize your efforts, let's do the little things. Let's get the 20 grams of carbs, pre-workout fuel, and at least 20 to 30 grams of protein immediately after. Amazing. Okay, so we just got one more round of these bad boys. I think I might max out with 30-pound dumbbell for that 5th and final set. Just not like in enough pain yet. Not in enough discomfort, I'll say. No, I'm just kidding. I know that I can do more, so I will go ahead and do more. Amazing. Amazing. 1/5 and final set of these babies before we move forward to hamstring curls. We love a hamstring curl moment. 8 to 10 reps. Oh my God, they're such a killer. Every single time. Every time. And yeah, they're going immediately from these guys to stiff leg RDLs. It's hard, but again, this should be right here, all glutes, stiff leg RDLs, all hams. So if you're not immediately recognizing those different target areas, then this superset is probably gonna highlight that fact for you. So what you want to try to do is get really, really, really good at distinguishing which specific muscles you're targeting at various points throughout the workout. The next standalone movement, all hamstrings. I know maybe your glutes might want to take over, but it's on you to get the right feet placement and angles to prevent that from happening. 5th and final, here we go. Oh yeah. Hell to the yeah. Alrighty. Try to come up with like a blocking point for this. Since my body always slides, we'll see how that goes. Okay, 8 to 10 reps. Now, if you're opting for the lying hamstring curl, what you want to do is flip the body over. Ankle weights are very lightweight between the heels. We're bringing that dumbbell up close to the booty and then releasing. All right, so that's your dumbbell option. Here is your Swiss ball option. Now, if you just have one dumbbell here
that you want to get into more of a hamstring bridge with, then that's the move. The full hamstring curl. I'm gonna play around with my range of motion a little bit here. Woo. The challenge, oh my God, is keeping those hips up as you curl. Obviously, if you're at the gym, you have the advantage of multiple hamstring curl machines instead. I actually prefer this method over and above all three because there's nothing like maneuvering your own body weight. Woo, girl. Pass rep. Oh my gosh. This method just targets my hamstrings so well. It's extra challenging. It forces the control. It forces the stabilizers to kick in and work with you in the movement. So yeah, I say this is my preferred method. That does not mean that it is the easiest. In fact, it is probably the most challenging. But efficacy, you know, my least favorite move is Bulgarians, but I don't skip those. And lunge variations, of course. Set number 2 of 3. Again, play around with your range of motion a little bit. You might need some practice reps to really nail this one. 8 to 10. Come on, two more. Oh, woo! Quick sip of water for that third and final set. Are we shaking yet? Are we regretting this workout yet? Hopefully not. All right. Last set, best set. Holy Nikes. All right. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Tricep. Now, all of these moves can be done with body weight. However, if you want an extra challenge, feel free to throw a light weight on the hips for clamshells. Maybe even a mini loop band for hydrants. I'm going just body weight. You can also do light ankle weights. We have 10 hydrants per side, obviously. Glute medius kickbacks on all fours. And then we finish with a clamshell. So we've got 3 rounds of each movement, 20 reps per, 10 per side. So we're gonna go through as quickly as possible, giving that one side automatic recovery every single time we alternate, okay? So we're not working the whole side in all 3 movements. We're switching in between just to give you that rest, okay? 10 and 10, so it's like your knee is on a string being pulled up to the ceiling. 2 more reps. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna come up and out. Again, avoid rounding or arching that back. This is fully a glute focused movement right here. Two more reps. All right, here we go. Option to modify, keeping this inside knee nice and flat to your surface. Basically just opening and closing that hip. Progression, boom. Potentially my favorite adductor movement right here, and we're finishing with it, which makes it feel even more challenging. Ooh, okay, awesome. Quick little breather, shake it out, sip of water if you need it. If you don't need it, right into round 2. Take a minute, get into the appropriate position, neutral head, neck, and spine. So if we're doing this, nope, stay nice and neutral all throughout. Amazing. Same thing, other side. Last rep. Awesome, switch it up. The goal, since adductors are typically just such an undertrained area because it's hard to target and focus on. Essentially, what we're looking to do with in-home hamstring and glute training is mimic the level of volume you can achieve in the gym using cables or the adductor machine. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a little time to get the number of reps that you need to create that same level of stress on a smaller muscle area. still have to switch sides. We're working for a little recovery right here. Oh, girl. Love it though. We love it. I said we're gonna murder the glutes and hamstrings. I said it. Can't say you're not surprised. We got one more round. One more round. One more round. Woo! Here we go. Now, you know what the challenge feels like? You only got one more set. It's always so interesting to me how I can feel this fatigued finishing with these types of body weight movements after, I don't even know what I lifted for hip thrust. Last rep. Woo! Glute medius, kickbacks. I can already feel how long I'm going to be stretching in a pigeon after this workout and tomorrow. We love a pigeon stretch. Third and final set of clamshell spades. Switch it up. We needed this workout today. I'm confident that we needed this. You need to do something hard physically every single day. And hopefully it's your workout. For me it is. I never know, honestly, how I'm gonna get through it. It's a big question mark. But when I get through it, I've proven to myself that I can do what feels hard consistently every single time. Your workouts should never feel easy, free of challenge. If the last couple reps are a big question mark for you, you're doing something right. So you can do more hard things. Go ahead and slay the rest of your day. Hydrate each stretch, move outside of this workout today. Go kill it, and I'll see you next time.